What I have here is a Subaru pressure washer that has been sitting for a year or two. The customer's bulldog ate all the wires for the electric start, so I fixed that, replaced all the wires. And when I went to start it up, it only runs with the choke on. So that tells me that we probably have a carburetor issue. I'm going to show you how to fix that. First thing I did was shut off the fuel valve on the side here. I'm going to tip this thing up so I can get a better view out of it, and so you can have a better view of it too. That's the carburetor float bowl right there, which is what we're going to remove. It's a 10mm bolt on the bottom of the carburetor. Usually not that tight. You're going to have some gas come out at this point. I have a rag down there catching all that. Give the carburetor a little tap. Looks like I need a new glove. And the float bowl comes off. We can see what we have inside. It looks pretty clean. Possibly a little bit of water in there. Since it won't run and there wasn't a lot of stuff in the carburetor float bowl, I'm still thinking that it's the carburetor. It's probably the main jet, which is located up in here, that's plugged. Looks like if I take off the front soap dispenser here, I'll have room to be able to get a screwdriver up into that narrow little hole and get the main jet out. And I hate Torx bolts. It's a size 30 Torx bit. Of course, there's a nut on the back. It's probably a 10mm. Yep. Okay, it looks like the soap compartment is also the battery tray, so be careful when you take this off not to let the battery drop. There goes the battery. All right. All right, back to the carburetor. Now, I have a special screwdriver to get this jet out, but any screwdriver will work. That's the right shape. Sometimes you gotta tap on that to get the little jet to rattle out of there, because I think it's already unscrewed, but still couldn't get that main jet to tap out of there. So I'm going to try and push it down from inside the carburetor. I'll show you how to do that. So if you get a long screwdriver and go inside the carburetor there, you'll be able to press down on that brass nozzle, which will also push out the jet. I don't think I can get the camera in there, but I'll try and videotape it while it happens, while I do it. I can't hold the camera and film, so I'm going to have to... Yeah, it already pushed down a ways. That sucker should come out of there. Come on, you stinker. Ah, gas. I gotta get my gloves on. There it pops out. See it? Max! Max! So the main jet came out, but the nozzle still hasn't come out. It usually just falls right out of there. I think I'm going to get a pick and push down through the carburetor. I think with this pick I can poke down into the carburetor and push that nozzle through. If I can see where the little hole is down in there. There it goes. Perfect. So these two pieces here were what we needed to get out of the carburetor. And we're going to clean up every little hole and jet and make sure everything is clear. You can see the main jet is plugged. Don't know if you can see that. Partially plugged anyways. I'm going to use a copper wire here just to poke into the holes to make sure all these little jets are clear. And I'll use a toothbrush to clean it off real good. These components are now spotless. All the passageways are cleared out, so we're going to go ahead and reinstall. The nozzle goes in this way up into the carburetor, and then the main jet. The nozzle back into place. If you remember, it goes this way, and then the main jet You don't want to screw this down too tight because it's brass going into an aluminum carburetor body, and you can break things or bend things really easily. So you just want to snug it down. I'm going to have to clean out the float bowl too. See all that powdery residue? Got to get that out of there. Sometimes when you're using carburetor cleaner, it'll cause the rubber float bowl O-ring to swell up and fall off. What you need to do is just let this sit out in the sun for a while and it will shrink back up, usually. Finally got that O-ring back into place. It's not easy. So, float bowl goes back in place. I have the soap dispenser and the battery back on. Went on the reverse of the way it came off. You guys didn't need to see that. I think everything's back together. Got the fuel valve turned back on. Let's give this thing a try. How does this work?